The El Royale is a bi-state establishment. You have the option to choose a room in either California or Nevada.
How'd you end up at the El Royale?
The Ritz-Carlton was booked.
7 strangers, each with a secret to bury. Sound intriguing? Do I have your attention? That's the basic ad line for the new movie Bad Times at the El Royale, and it is a film noirish thriller, a throwback to movies of the 40s in that film noir vein. Thrillers like Key Largo that bring characters together, and then it mixes it in with a more contemporary style of Quentin Tarantino. Clearly, writer-director Drew Goddard was influenced by the Tarantino style seen in movies like Pulp Fiction, but this one's got its own style as well. Set in a dilapidated, virtually deserted hotel in Lake Tahoe.
This place used to be hustling and bustling. Old Dean Martin even sang a song about it once.
This is not a place for a priest, Father. You shouldn't be here.
We might need to work on your sales pitch, son.
And into this hotel come 7 different strangers at different points, and we meet each one of them along the way. Now, there's a preamble right at the beginning of the film where a man played by Nick Offerman is coming in and burying some sort of sacks of money, things, under the wood of the floor of one of the rooms of this hotel. He is later killed, though, and cut several years later to the current situation where we have one by one these different people coming into the hotel. Now, there's Lewis Pullman is the actor who plays the hotel clerk Miles, and he has to deal with all of this. He seems overwhelmed since he's basically running a joint here, doing everything from bellboy to desk clerk to everything else that seems to have nobody staying there. In comes John Hamm. John Hamm plays Laramie Seymour Sullivan, a vacuum cleaner salesman, or so we think. Quite frankly, folks, all of the people you meet in this movie you think are one thing, but they may be another, and it's slowly revealed. And I say a little slowly because this is a 2-hour and 20-minute movie. It takes its time in establishing all these characters. Into the place comes Jeff Bridges playing a priest, Father Flynn, and he is a man of the cloth, or so we think. Also coming in here is a woman played by Dakota Johnson, and she brings along her very creepy little sister, and we see her in flashback scenes dragging a person's body into the hotel too. What's that all about? We'll find out later as these two add to the plot here. Then there's Cynthia Erivo. Now, Cynthia Erivo won the Tony Award for The Color Purple on Broadway, and she is a hell of a singer, and she's given a lot of opportunity here. She plays a singer named Darlene here. We see her backstory too. She was kind of cut out of a group. Her career went downhill. She sings Motown-type songs, and she figures into this plot, as does Chris Hemsworth, who comes in much later. We see his backstory. He's a Charles Manson-type cult leader who has had mind control over a number of people. Well, he comes into this too, and when he walks in, all hell breaks loose, and now this movie turns into this really incredibly violent and intense experience here as everything comes to a head.
You watch me?
I only watch who they tell me to watch.
Who's they?
Management.
Drew Goddard's done a good job keeping it all together. If you like this kind of noirish thriller, Bad Times at the El Royale delivers exactly truth in advertising and what the title implies. These are bad times, but maybe a good time for moviegoers looking for this kind of old-style noirish thriller with a touch of Tarantino. I say, go.